Today's bake is Blueberry Bundt. Bundt, you say? Yes, it's a special type of pan. You probably have one. This is a Bundt pan. Notice the shape. You could do this in a 9x5 if you so chose. But today, we're going to use our Bundt pan. First thing you need to do is preheat your oven, 350 degrees. Next, wash your hands. Then, we're going to butter the inside of our Bundt pan. So I put some butter on a paper towel and I'm rubbing it all on the inside of the Bundt pan. Because this Bundt pan has a lot of ridges, I have to be careful and make sure that the butter gets in each one. So when I turn the cake out after it's finished, it comes out easily. Be generous. Bundt pan buttered. The next step is, in a large bowl, mix the flour, baking powder, baking soda, and salt. I've already measured these items out, so we'll just have to pop them in. 2 cups of flour. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and my recipe says a dash of salt. Dash it is. Let's mix up these dry ingredients. That looks good. Step 2. In a separate bowl, we are going to whisk together our butter, sugar, then we're going to add eggs and the magic ingredient, sour cream, and some vanilla extract. We need a half a cup of butter. That equals 1 stick. To the butter, we will add 1 cup of sugar. And now I'm going to whisk them until it gets nice and creamy. The next step is to add the eggs. We need 2 eggs. Let's work those 2 eggs into our sugar and butter. Just a little bit. And then we're going to add our 1 cup of sour cream. I like to use this little spatula to help me get it all out of the cup. That was 1 cup of sour cream. Let's work that in. And next, we need to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Vanilla, teaspoon. And whisk some more. So we have our nicely whisked wet ingredients, our mixed dry ingredients, and the last and important ingredient to a blueberry bundt is blueberries. Now my recipe is telling me to mix these blueberries with a tablespoon of flour. They want me to do this so that when I put the blueberries into the cake and the cake goes in the oven, the blueberries don't all sink to the bottom. Coating them in flour helps them to float and disperse well in the cake. Let's do that. I have some flour and a tablespoon, and I'll pop that on there. Now we'll mix. I'm using my spatula to gently roll the blueberries in the flour. See how they're getting coated? 2 cups of blueberries. The next step on my recipe says to mix wet ingredients into dry. So I'm going to pour my wet ingredients into my dry ingredients, and using a spatula, I'm going to mix those together. Baking can be so relaxing. Just gently mixing the wet ingredients with the dry ingredients, scraping the sides of the bowl with my spatula, noticing the pretty light yellow color of the dough, and seeing how it changes texture as it mixes. It becomes smoother. And more batter-like. Isn't that beautiful? A beautiful cake batter. The next step in my recipe says to fold in gently the blueberries to the batter. The word fold here does not mean what you do to a towel after you take it out of the dryer. What this means is to use your spatula to gently fold the batter around the ingredient. Let's do that. You will gently fold the blueberries into the cake batter. Gently folding them in Now we add our cake batter to our bundt pan. So I carefully scooped the cake batter into the bundt pan. And now I'm just smoothing it out so that it is nice and even and ready to go into the oven. – 350 degrees. All right, our cake is in the oven. 35 to 45 minutes. And there it is, our beautiful blueberry bundt cake, fresh out of the oven. Delicious.